And we are live, and the Sanctum has been opened. And welcome everyone to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I'm your illustrious host, Widow Son, and with me today is the Wanderer, one of my awesome co-hosts, Dr. Cyrus Oblivion. Was supposed to be here today, but he will not be joining us. I was unaware that he had actually flown back to our hometown to visit family this weekend. But he is currently en route back to the airport um, to fly back to Nashville. So he will not be joining us today. But a shout out to Dr. Cyrus Oblivion. He will certainly be with us on the next episode, which incidentally, due to schedule changes and everything, once again. We will be doing as long as it's cool, with Wanderer and Doc and everybody. We will be doing another show a week from today because that's when I'm sure everyone can come back in and everything. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, two leader? Appreciate you stopping by, man. You know you're always welcome here. Wonder how you doing, man. It's been a long week since we talked.
It has. It's been a pretty busy week for me. From game development problems to getting a new dog. It's been quite the variety this week. I have
Oh yeah.
pushed through. I had work yesterday, but it is what it is. How are you?
Well, my favorite saying: strikes and gutters, ups and downs. But the dude abides. So,
Yeah.
but you sent me and Dumpky's here. What's up, man? Um, so you got the new dog. You were telling me about that not too long ago, and
Yeah.
I believe that, and this may have been a conversation that we like had outside of the sanctum, but no, because I was talking about I wanted to actually if I could get a little male kitten, I actually wanted to name it Mr. Crinkle, and you actually told me that you were going to pitch the idea to the family to try to get um to try to see if they would actually name the dog Mr. Crinkle. And from what you've told me, the idea was shot down.
Yeah, by my god awful parents who I hate so much because I'm an edgy teenager. But yeah.
So
Uh,
what did we inadvertently end up naming the dog?
So there were many different entries from multiple different people in my family and also externally. My girlfriend came up with many different suggestions, including Tesco, Asda. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Bible.
Bible?
And I was just Tesco, Asda, Bible. What on earth? So if you don't know, Asda's owned by Walmart. Actually, it's like a superstore, and the same with Tesco. So I was super confused. My dad recommended Bruce, and I thought that was way too kind of like a muscular name for a small little dog that we have. Me, my brother, and my mum were quite set on Boba after Boba Fett from Star Wars.
Now that would have been
However,
cool. That would have been cool.
yeah, I was really like kind of set on that, but then my dad was like, not really. So then we had the idea of Bobby. So we are calling our dog Bobby.
Hey, now if you've ever watched the show King of the Hill, you can always look at your dog and be like, "Damn it, Bobby!" And there you go. I mean, honestly, I think Mr. Crinkle or Boba or something like that would have been cool. But you can actually you you should call him Co-op. Get him some little pink power armor and everything like that. Yeah, but now I don't. I'm sure you've watched or heard of King of the Hill. But yeah, you can look at it now and just be like, "Damn it, Bobby!" But you got to try to do it in that that Hank Hill voice.
What you listening to, son?
Yeah, oh, there you yeah. Oh, oh man, one of See, that's one thing I miss about TV nowadays is they don't really like they're canceling all the good shit. Like they're getting rid of it. Like I know South Park is still running, and South Park has come a long way since I first started watching it, like way back in the day when it first came out. Um,
Yeah.
but then they brought out King of the Hill, and King of the Hill is very funny. It's it's got its moments. I mean, I've always been more of a Boomhauer fan myself.
Yeah.
Um, he's one of the main reasons to watch the well. Dang, you just gotta get on the internet, man, and you just click, 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 and do W. I'm like, what? Literally. I mean, like if you look at it from the perspective of like Family Guy, like Boomhauer is the Quagmire of King of the Hill. So, um, let's see. What is Dumke saying? Sterno's here. How's it going, my man? Oh, Dumke was talking about when I was talking about Mr. Crinkle, he was talking about the Primus reference. Like, that's exactly where I was going with it because I don't know if I don't think Dumke was here when you actually did the Primus review.
Dude, it's so funny because it would be like humiliation every single time I said my dog's name. So I was really set on it.
It sounds just like you're a glutton for punishment. Well, greetings there, Willie. Metal Dragon Productions, welcome. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're just being a glutton for punishment. It's just like now every time I call my dog, like I just have to put myself through humiliation and shame because I didn't like this particular record. And just like, really, I mean, why don't you just name him a good friends and a bottle of pills for that matter?
Oh God, no! Don't do that to Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. I can just imagine I can seriously see you getting onto your dog now and just going, damn it, Bobby.
You want to know what he did today? He sort of like peed a little bit in my mum's car and also peed on the sofa. So I had two opportune moments to say, damn it, Bobby.
You should go as Hank Hill for Halloween this year, just so you can just walk around. So you can walk around and just say that to random people.
Damn it, Bobby.
Exactly. Or just look at him and be like, I sell propane and propane accessories. Well, congratulations on the new dog, though. I know it's been a while since you've had a furry four-legged friend running around your home. I still say you should have got a cat. I mean, that's just I grew up like the dog, like the size of the dog that you have, like that's about the size that I grew up around because my mom always had dachshunds, wiener dogs.
Yeah.
And that's just what I grew up around. And I like and I like dogs, I do. But ever since like I moved here 6 years ago and got Fiona, I've just become a cat person, and now I have Fiona, I have Whisper. If I knew that they could handle a little one, I would get another kitten. But as spoiled rotten as these two are, they just ain't having it. Because Mr. Crinkle would come into fruition. Preferably if it were like like a little orange cat, like a little orange cat, maybe a little orange and white cat.
Yeah.
I would love to find an orange and black cat, tiger color cat, and I would probably just end up naming it Garfield because that was what Garfield his colors were. So. Yeah. Hang on. A wild Mr. Lizard has appeared. um so uh you know, it's man, it's so crazy having to do the show on different, you know, off of the normal schedule, because you know, I don't know about you, but it kind of feels rushed sometimes. Not necessarily rushed, but it kind of, it doesn't offset it or make it bad or anything. It's just like we have to like readjust, you know, how we do things and trying to get things in
Yeah.
order and all this other kind of stuff. And you know, that's one reason, you know, when I talk to people about doing the channel and the show and everything. Oh, and by the way, thank you for double checking to see if the live event actually was posted to the channel, because I still was never able to see it. Like,
No,
I
that's
don't
no
know.
problem.
I don't know if it's just the Chromebook and like the browser that I'm using, because like I know I can't see the live events when I check the app on my phone. Like I can't see them there, but I could always see them on the channel after I would make them. And I made the first one like 4 days ago, and I went back and checked it last night, and I still couldn't see it. So I'm like, okay, well, let me delete that one. Let me create another one, and it still wasn't there. And then you know, told me that, you know, well, live events don't appear on the actual channel sometimes, you know, for upcoming stuff, but everyone can still see them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a StreamYard thing or if it's a YouTube thing or if it's like and 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 Dragon has it correct. YouTube be that way. Um I don't, you know, I don't understand it, but um hopefully, you know, you and me and Doc, because you were telling me you had actually started looking into OBS.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't really know how that can actually work with the channel and everything like that. But me, you, and Doc, we definitely need to have a production powwow at some point and sit down and um, all get together and just be like, you know, see if we can, you know, work some things out and how we can get the channel connected and all this other kind of stuff and see what we can do. I'm still wanting to get a tower and try to start doing a little bit more you know, a little more, you know, background and find an easier way find an easier way to play the intro chant and everything like that every week and
Yeah.
all of that, but all in good time, all in good time.
Yeah.
So
Um,
so
I gotta say
oh,
with sorry, go on.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Um, so I gotta say with OBS, it's very taxing, especially if you only have like say maybe what a Surface Pro or Chromebook like me and you. Because I streamed a game on Twitch. I streamed Among Us. I also streamed Fallout 1 on my YouTube channel recently, but I deleted the live streams because I thought it just kind of looked a bit messy with the rest of the stuff on there. Um, but yeah, setting it up and stuff, it's fairly easy. All you've got to do is use a stream key and have all your assets there and stuff. It's kind of complicated to explain, but when you get the hang of it, you know what you're doing. And
Right.
basically, you got to keep your stream key private, because if you don't keep your stream key private, just random people can get access to your channel and start
Yeah.
streaming from your channel. So you gotta kind of be on the ball there. So
And my one of my best friends in the world is here. Hello, Heretic. You are always welcome here, and you know that. And you know I have much love for you, man. Um, Heretic is somebody I have actually known for 15 plus years. Like we go way back into the music scene days back in our hometown, and um, her and her family have always been, you know, really they basically adopted me, if you will. And
yeah,
so I got a lot of love for Miss Heretic there, so she is definitely always welcome. um let's see, but s- you just sent me songs about the weather.
Oh yeah. Let me explain that. So recently, so most of you know about Bonk, who also known as Scud or Dirt Salad. He is a pretty
That is a
prolific
great
member
name.
of the.
That is a great name. Dirt salad. That is just fucking awesome. That's no, and I'm not talking shit either. That is fucking awesome. That honestly that sounds like a band I would go see. Like
Dude, that's
even
what
if
I
like
was thinking just then. I
it's
was thinking
like
that's such an awesome band name.
exactly. It's definitely a great band name. Hang on, go ahead. Do what now?
Wait, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, no, it's definitely a band name that I would go and see. Um,
I think something bad's just happened on YouTube.
what?
We're getting a stream error. The entire stream's just closed down. I'm getting errors. Hold on. I'll see if I can do something about it. Oh, right, we're
No,
back, I think.
we're still live. We
Okay, it might have just been a network error on my end, but either way, so obviously Dirt Salad, the man, the bonk, he sent us well, he sent me a band a while ago. He's somehow connected to this band, like IRL. I don't know if he's like a member or if he's like just close friends or whatever. But either way, he's somehow connected to this band, and they're called Townsend. And Townsend are really, really talented. They've only released a handful of songs, and their newest batch um, of songs about the weather and autumn, like well, songs about the weather is the actual name of like the I guess you could call it like an EP or something, even though it's only two songs. You've got two songs in there, 113 Days and Autumn. And honestly, these are some of the best songs the band has produced, and I wanted to share them with you because I really appreciate these two songs and honestly all of the work that Townsend's done. So, everybody in chat, go check out Townsend on Spotify, and they have one song on YouTube. So go check them out; they're really awesome.
Yeah, you got the first compliment on Dirt Salad. That like honestly, if we could find some people to put a band together and write like a really cool like atmospheric like intro, like kind of like what we use now when we come on, um the band would have to be called Dirt Salad. There's just no way around it. There's just no way around it whatsoever. um
I'm gonna steal Bonk's name and like make a bunch of cool ass songs. 'Cause I was at like a work last night, and I was
yeah
just thinking of some really really cool like song ideas, lyrically, and what the guitar sounded like, what the drums sounded like. Even though I could never play it myself, because A, I'm not that skilled at guitar. B, I can't play drums for shit. C, I'm too anxious and too quiet to sing. So I could probably never produce these, but they were pretty damn good songs in my opinion. So
you to me, I think you would probably be more of a bass player.
I've
um
always thought that. Like as soon as I started listening to Thundercat like last year, and he plays bass, and I
mhm.
was just like, I should probably try this out. I think I could really enjoy it. I feel like I could find like my mojo, because I feel like with guitar, there's too many strings for me to cover, especially when doing like notes and stuff. So I sometimes have trouble switching my fingers from one note to another in a song. Um, so I feel like bass could be not only like more easier for me to play, like preferably, but also I could have a lot of fun with it.
Well, now, I mean, you do realize that there are bases that go up to. I've seen bases that go up to at least 7, sometimes 8 strings,
Yeah,
and that's no
that's
shit.
inevitable.
Um,
I think Thundercat has a 6 string one, which is like
I
the same
went
as my guitar.
right. I went to see. This is back when me and my brother we went to that Super Joint Ritual show that I told you about, the
Oh yeah,
big one where we got to hang out with Phil Anselmo. They had this really, really, really shitty band called Veils of Maya opening for them. And I was, I was watching them, and the bass player had to have had at least a 7 string bass. But
Yeah.
the funny part about it was I was watching the band, and at one point the bass player took his hands off of the bass, and I could still hear the bass track. So I honestly think that their live performances are tracked and they're not actually played.
Mm,
But
mm,
they were fucking terrible. I've seen, I've seen some shit bands live, and that was definitely one of them. I'm like, I saw you take your hands off the bass, and I can still hear the bass, which means that you're not actually playing the bass. So,
yeah.
um, and my brother was standing right next to me, and I just looked at him like, dude, did you see him take his hands off the bass? And I don't know if my brother caught it, but I certainly did. I'm like, I could have seriously gone the entire rest of my life and never seen this band or never heard of this band. And I'm like, why are they even on this tour? Like, you have Danzig, you have Super Joint Ritual, you have Prong, which is a great band from like way back in the 90s, and you've got this really, really stellar band called Witch Mountain that has a fabulous lead singer, and she's very, very, very attractive. And like, it could have just been those, like, Danzig, Super Joint, Prong, and Witch Mountain, and that would have been like the best show ever, almost. The only thing would have made it better is if, like, Tool popped up. But
Yeah.
so yeah, but yeah, I could see you more as a bass player. And if and a lot of the bands that I like that have like a really, and to me, honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think that bass and bass players are probably some of the most underrated and underappreciated members of bands, because they're basically keeping rhythm with everything else. But if you, in some cases, like, it is kind of hard to pick up on them unless it's a band that's really bass heavy and the guitars and the drums and everything mixed well with it. But I do like a good bass player. Like, if,
Yeah.
especially when I can go and see them live, like, if, like, I listen to the record, the bass player kicks ass, and then I go see them live, and that guy or girl or whoever it is playing bass is up there, and they're just, slapping the bass around, and they're just kind of, got that head going, and they're just grooving and having a good time. I'm like, I like that guy. I do. I
Yeah.
like that guy. Like, that's my favorite member right there. Like, just hands down. Um, but see, um, I'm also of the mind that if a band, like a hardcore band or a metal band or something like that, if there is a woman in the band, I'm immediately a fan. Like, I may not have even listened to the music yet, but I'm automatically a fan, because for a woman to be in a band full of guys and up there, jamming the fuck out, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I gotta say,
Um,
playing the bass and stuff. Bass. Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. Like, bass is very like underrated segment of what makes up a band and what makes up the songs that they play, I'd say. And I gotta say, um, like it just seems like such a cool instrument to play, because you're providing so much yet so little to a song, because it's not like, I guess you could say, like Sterno says in chat, it is based. So yeah, I guess you could say that they provide like a lot, as in the way that the song sounds, well, bass wise obviously, but they also kind of provide so little in the fact that it's sometimes a lot of the time, I mean, even it's drowned out by the singing, the guitars, the drums, but any other instrument maybe, like.
Yeah, well, see, like if there are some bands out there. There's a band called Clutch that Dumkey was talking about a while ago, and I I've been into Clutch mostly like their self-entitled record since I was in college, and the bass is one thing like you can actually hear. Like there are a lot of songs that um, the first song on on one particular record is called Big News One, and it just starts out with this really awesome bass intro, and it's just the drums and the bass. That's it. Um, and I mean, you can actually hear what the guy's doing. And that's one reason why I like them. But now you go like take it back to okay, let's go back to one of the first reviews that you ever did when I sent you when I started sending you Pantera records. Now
Oh yeah.
when you were listening to stuff like Far Beyond Driven, Vulgar Display of Power, Cowboys from Hell, stuff like that, could you hear Rex? Could you hear the bass player at all?
Uh, I heard it at times, but most of the time it was kind of drowned out by, or I was more focused on the way the guitar was sounding, the way the vocals sounded, the way that the drums sounded. However, there were like like a handful of songs where I did manage to hear some bass creeping in.
Right. Well, now go and see. That's one thing. Like I've always thought that Rex Brown was a great bass player because he really is. I mean, he's talented. Um, did really well on the second. He was on the actual second, and of course this is after Pantera had been gone for several years. He actually did a really good job on the second and third down records.
Hmm.
And then he ended up leaving down, and now they have Pat Brutus from Crowbar
Yeah.
playing. Which I was actually I went and saw my when I went to see my brother for my birthday last week. Um, I was telling him about you, and because I was telling him about the Primus review you had done, and like
Yeah.
we had talked about last week, and and yes, I have your homework assignment already in place. So after the review today, this one's gonna be an interesting one for you. I'm already kind of I'm looking forward to, but yet excuse me, yet dreading this one today because um damn it, I sent you one of the greatest records to ever come out of New Orleans, and I was like, he's probably not going to like this. So I was already kind of bracing myself, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. But
Hmm.
anyway, I digress. So I was telling him that I had been sending you all of these records and everything, and I told him you had done the you had I had sent you Sonic XS in its purest form, and he was like, "Wow, do you think he's gonna enjoy it?" And I'm just like, "I hope so." He loved the Down record, so maybe he can get into Crowbar a little bit. And he's like, "Well, remember, the vocals can we had that discussion about it's like when you did your review of it, the vocals can kind of throw you off a little bit, which they do. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. And Kurt Winstein's vocals are definitely um they're an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But um and the next time I see him, I'm actually gonna have to tell him, be like, dude, he liked the Crowbar record. It was just Kurt's vocals. didn't really dig, but the music he thought was great, and I can hear him now. It's just like, well, hell yeah. So, um, and I'm still trying to get it worked out to get him to get him to come on. He's actually, we were talking, and he's actually supposed to be having another book published here soon, I believe. So I'm still waiting for some more details on that, because I'll definitely be making an announcement and everything about his book, um, or his next book, um, coming out, whenever that may happen to be, because he actually just got over. I think it was probably like 2 weeks before I came back to my hometown to see my mom for my birthday, and then I actually did get to go see him for a little while. Um, he actually, he had COVID, and it actually morphed into pneumonia,
Yeah.
and he was on oxygen for, like, he was able to quarantine and everything at home. Um, but it was really, and I was talking with his wife and everything, and she's a really good friend of mine and everything, and we were both terrified, like we didn't know what was going on, because he has really bad asthma and everything, and that was like the other scary part about it, was just wondering if he was going to make it.
Yeah.
And he and I we were actually, when I got to his house, we were he was waiting for me in his car. We were going to the liquor store. We were going to go get some wine, and I was talking to him about all this, and he just looked at me and he's like, "Shit, man, you think, man, I ain't gonna die." And I'm just like, it's like he used to tell my dad, "Death is too good for you. You just know." But he's recovered, and he's doing better and everything, which I'm, thank the great architect for that, because I don't. Honestly, I've got some. I've got a very, very, very near and dear friend of mine who actually lost her dad to it, and yeah. So to and I can't imagine. I mean, I know what it's like. I mean, my heart went out to her, number one, because she lost her dad, because because I lost mine, and as a matter of fact, next month, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, it'll be 5 years since my dad passed away.
I'm
And
sorry to hear that, man.
I uh and it being a Saturday, we may do a show. We may end up inadvertently maybe doing it like on a Friday or something like that, because it's a holiday. Um, but we'll, as I like to say, we'll fight that fire when it catches. Um, but like I said, she lost her dad, and I can definitely sympathize with that. But to lose your dad to something that has taken the lives of hundreds of thousands of people in America is like, almost, it's like rubbing salt in the wound almost.
Yeah.
And I really, and ever since that, welcome, Sir Hatman, welcome. Okay, well then we can't do it on a Friday, because that's Sir Hatman's day. So I
Dude,
will,
I can't.
I will con I
I
will
can't.
con
Sorry.
I will concede to my mentor for Fridays. I will concede Fridays to my mentor, because um and we definitely need to get Hatman back on the show one evening, um because you and him are actually in the same neck of the woods, I believe. But yeah, I'll Hatman, I concede Fridays to you, good sir. So Fridays belong to you. Um, and as a matter of fact, and I call him, he's ever since I started, getting to know Hat Man, which happened during the whole Jared debacle before he vanished into the to the void. Thank God, and hopefully he stays there.
He did
Um,
shit pan fu and just vanished. He taught us the ways of the shit pan fu and just disappeared. Dude, Hat Man, I can't fight for Fridays. I work Fridays, man. I'm a working man.
I thought you were about to. I thought you were about to break into that old Blues Brothers song and start singing "I'm a Soul Man." Um, but no, like, and he's called me, and he's called me his apprentice for the longest time, and I've always referred to him as my mentor. Um, which in a way he is, because he and Stu Dog, and shout out to Stu Dog as always. Um, Hang on just a second. Let's see. I saw Silent Hill 4. The room is. I think we know the mystery of Jared's disappearance. He's been sucked through a hole in his room to Silent Hill.
Dude, I've always wanted to play Silent Hill. I got like halfway through Silent Hill 2, but then just couldn't get any further because I hated the controls.
Wait, did Bonk say kickflip into the ether? That would be, yeah, I agree. That would be a pretty kick-ass album cover, or album title, excuse me. I'll come back to that in a second. But no, but Hat Man has definitely been a big, mentor and inspiration for me, which is one reason why, another reason why I started doing content was because, him and Stu Dog. And once again, shout out to Stu Dog. Stu Dog, if you're listening, or if you're going to be listening to this later, man, we love you. I'll be sending you a link every week, man. And I hate that you couldn't pop in for my birthday show last week, but you are always welcome here. You'll get a link every week. And when you get some free time, man, come back in and join us and just hang out with us for a little while. So, much love and shout out to Stu Dog, and much love and shout out to Hat Man also again. But yeah, Hat Man and Stu Dog are the ones who really inspired me to, start doing this. And I'm just like, well, I've got an idea, and I can run with it, and I can build off of that and everything. So yeah, I mean, and Hat Man's definitely been a mentor to me as far as doing YouTube content, and I'll always give Hat Man some support in any way that I can.
Hell yeah.
But going back to kickflip into the ether, that would be a pretty. I agree. That would be a pretty kick. That, like, but it would have to be some music that would be like you could put on and like just go skateboarding to.
Yeah.
If you're gonna use something, if you're gonna use like a skateboarding trick reference, make it like just a skater rock band, kind of like back in the 90s. You had great bands like CKY and all of that were, doing all this great like skater music back in that era. And so kickflip into the ether, it'd have to be like a skater rock band, and then you could go and you could continue that trend, like you could do like a tail slide into the abyss or something like that.
It's like the remix album,
right? Or nose grind into oblivion or something like, just just something like that. Just keep it going. The question is, what would the band name be? It would be Dirt Salad. It would be Dirt Salad. Yeah.
Dirt Salad and the amazing and awesome kickflip into the ether. Let's go. That sounds like such a good album.
Dirt Salad and ether dressing. There you go.
Yeah. By the way, I sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So I said Townsend and the amazing and awesome kickflip into the ether in chat, and honestly, I think that would fit really well because I played a bit of Townsend to some of my colleagues last night at work, and they said it sounds like something you'd find on like Skate 3 or something, and so I think that would work really well if Townsend were to make an album or like an EP or something down the line. I'd say kickflip into the ether needs to happen, dude. Bonk, tell him it needs to happen, man.
I was gonna say I'm surprised like you haven't like played some of the stuff like I've been sending you to the people you work with just to see their reaction.
Honestly, you know, I've got a really funny story. So one of them I'm reviewing today, I posted one of the songs to on my Instagram story because like I just kind of like to document all the songs I like on my Instagram. And one of my friends from college replied, "Holy shit, I didn't think this was your taste in music, but you got taste as hell. I love the Deadlights." And I was like, "Holy shit, you've heard Deadlights?"
Right. I to this day, the people that I really don't know many people who actually know that band or even remember that band. And when I sent you that record, I'm just like, now this is one of those that it's, you know, the whole record's catchy and everything like that. But I still to this day, like, um, I was on my way home. Um, I was on my way home from somewhere, and I put on Paul Bearer, and I was listening to Paul Bearer for a little bit, and I was on that last part of the drive. Like I was like halfway home, and I'm just like, okay, what am I? Hey, Salty, what's up, man? How you
Yeah,
doing?
it's
Jerry
nice to
and
see
the
you, man.
Jerry and the Dirt Salad.
It fits so well. It fits so well.
I was gonna say well, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Or you could call it dirt salad, like the dirt salad and the ether dressing, which the front man would be dirt salad and the band would be ether dressing. So,
Yeah.
and just saying that, I don't know how many people in the chat and everything have seen the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but it just reminded me of that scene. Where they're going into Bazooko Circus Casino, and Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro are like huffing ether off an American flag bandana, and you hear Johnny Depp go, "Ah, devil ether makes you behave like the village drunkard in some early Irish novel." So that God, just mentioning that is. You need the exclamation point in there. Jerry and the dirt salad.
And the dirt salad.
But no, but yeah, I put that Deadlights record on, and I do that from time to time. I'll put that record on and I'll just let it play. Because there's such a good band and they had so much talent, and their front guy Billy actually was really bad into he was really bad into opiates, and he actually passed away a few years back from an overdose. And I remember I was looking around on Facebook one day and I saw that the Deadlights were actually reforming for one night only to do, I think it was one or two tribute shows to Billy. And I'm like, holy shit. But they were only doing them in California.
God damn it. In the worst place in America, California. Who wants to go to California? Like nobody. The places are set more Florida. I'm looking at you, Florida.
Well, no. Well, see, look, there are parts of America that have certain names that I've come across over the years. Like Florida has been called God's waiting room because it's mostly old people that live in Florida. New Jersey has been called America's armpit, which I kind of have to agree with because the only good things to me that have ever come out of New Jersey are the Misfits and Typo Negative. Um, California, I don't really have anything bad to say about California, to be honest with you. Well, number one, because I've never been there. I've been to Florida like many years ago, after being exposed to the mass insertion, or I guess you could say insertion of the show Jersey Shore into pop culture. We
Yeah.
all saw America's armpit, and which to me that was one of those shows that you just had to love to hate.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever watched it, or even a tiny margin of it?
We have something similar over here called like Geordie Shore or something, which is I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it's
that's
based somewhere in the
right.
northeast.
That's
Yeah, that
right.
sucks ass. Because half
Oh
of them you
my,
can't even understand what a word they're saying, and because their teeth are
I
mangled. Because you get it, we're
oh
British.
oh my God, that's right. I had completely forgot about that. A friend of mine actually sent me a YouTube video of, I don't know if it was the intro to the show or it was when everyone was being introduced, and he was like, "Man, if you thought Jersey Shore was bad, you got to see this." And I'm like, "Okay." So I sat and I watched it, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what am I looking at now?" Now, to be fair, um, the the girls were kind of attractive. I'll give you that. Um, but one of them was just talking about like just being like a total whore, and I'm like, really? You're gonna say that on your national television? You're really just gonna say like you're just out there just to like fuck any dude that you come across almost? Um, man, your parents must be really proud of you.
Jesus. You know, like that's like the thing with like TV shows like that as well. In Britain, TV shows like that have usually ended out with multiple different cast members of the show committing suicide. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons they get absolutely ridiculed by the media and for the public. And it sends them into a spiral of like just feeling like, uh, they
Oh
aren't
no.
welcome here, which is like it's pretty damn bad. But
Right, but see, no, not these motherfuckers over here, man. Oh my God. Um, uh, what's his name? He calls himself the Situation.
the
Which,
situation.
first of all, that's that's a hell of a nickname, to be honest with you. Number one, and number two, if that was given to you by your quote unquote friends, your friends must really fucking hate you. Um, that motherfucker, he he like tried to have like a rap career, and he got invited to do one of the Comedy Central roasts of someone and just completely humiliated himself on national television.
Oh my
um
lord.
I think two of the girls, I think it was Snooki and um I think they called her JWoww or whatever. They got their own show for a little bit. Um Paulie D, which was the most tolerable out of all of them.
Mm.
From what little of the show that I watched, like he was actually the most tolerable. Um, he's like pretty much like become the most famous out of all of them. Like he's he's a DJ, and he has like this huge um I think he's living in Vegas now, and he does like big shows every night and all this other kind of stuff. I'm just like, well, hey, good for him. He actually got a career out of being on one of the worst syndicated television shows um of all time. And apparently
Peanut,
American.
you're German, bro. You guys just get angry.
And to answer your question, Salty, we're going to work that out after I get back on my regular work schedule, because we have to move this week's show and next week's show around. I'm going to get with Dumkey and see when he would be available to come on. And I also need to get up with Quentin. Looks like Sterno's cutting out on us a little early. Well, all right, man. We'll be here for at least another hour. So come on back and join us.
Yeah,
but
if you want to spit more bars in chat, then feel free to come back, Stono. But you will be dearly missed.
I can hear the sarcasm in your voice, Wanderer.
No, I'm not sarcastic. I'm just British.
You can't use that. You can't use that as an excuse all the time. You can't.
It's a disability, not a nationality.
You make it sound like an ability in a video game. It's just like, okay, here's a list of abilities you can choose from. I'll take British. I'm like, okay.
I'm a disgrace.
But yeah, my buddy sent me that video of that version of it from the UK, and I'm just like, oh dear God, there are people like this in other parts of the world. Oh no.
Mutants, I tell you. Mutants.
Honestly, when I watched that little snippet that he sent to me, I'm like, okay, so basically it seems to me that all of the sewage from the Jersey Shore was fed into a pipeline and made it across the pond somehow, and these people were formed from that. So,
the descendants of the mutants.
The descendants of the mutants. But it's. And I don't even really know how. That's one thing I love about the show every week is like we can be talking about one thing and we jump onto another, and then we can go right back to what we were talking about. It sounds like normal conversation between like me and my brother, or me and Heretic, or me and Doc, or me and any of my friends from back home. We'll just okay, here is the main subject. Let me break off right here to tell this. Now we're back on the same subject. Okay. So it's oh man. And trust me, if you had known me, like I know you weren't around at that point, but if you had known me like God 15, 20 years ago, when it was just me and my buddies like all sitting around a bonfire at 2 or 3 in the morning, still drinking beer, or polishing off what's left of the last case of beer, and just sitting around bullshitting all night until practically the sun comes up. Man, you would have heard at least 6 conversations going on at one time, and that's
Fetus Wanderer joins the gang.
You were there. You were there in fetus spirit. How about that?
Yeah. A floating embryo in the air. Just there to join the gang, dudes.
just hovering over the fire, just like, man, the fuck is going on around here? But no, it. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. Like,
It
I
happened again.
no, we were talking because we were talking about the Deadlight reunion shows, and then they were in California, and then you went off on some tirade about how California sucks, and I can't really say anything about that. Now, I've been to Florida. I've never been to New Jersey, but like I said, I've seen enough of it, and wow, and um, and I'm sure that not all people from New Jersey are like that. I'm sure, but you know what? They really, really didn't help your cause, man. They really didn't because they threw those motherfuckers in front of a camera so fast, and for some reason, it was successful.
How come then degenerates can get on national TV, but I can't even reach 1K subscribers on YouTube?
Dude, no, oh my god. American TV is such bullshit nowadays because any channel will literally give a camera crew to any group of people with an IQ less than their shoe size and fucking give them a reality show like those jerk offs that had that show Duck Dynasty. Like, really?
Yeah.
Did we need that fucking garbage fire of a show? Um,
Thing is
they,
that bullshit's leaking into YouTube now. The live shows are taking over. I'm a lore reviewer.
oh god, don't, and I had something that I did want to talk about today, but I'm going to wait until Doc comes back because I definitely want to get him on that conversation.
Stick it
Basically,
in your notes.
well, basically, I mean, the topic is going to be the scumbags of YouTube.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
that could go
definitely,
off.
oh god, oh man, a couple that I've come across. Um, we're gonna save that for next week because Doc will be here next week, and we can have a lot of fun with the topics of scumbags of YouTube. So prepare yourself for that subject, all members of the Sanctum Sanctorum, because Dumpkey's back. Dumpkey, I was just talking about you just a few minutes ago. Let me get through this next week's schedule because we're going to be doing another show a week from today, and I'll get with you and we will work out a time for you to come on the show here within the next week or two, and you have my word on that, my friend. Which he and I have actually been talking a little bit outside of the show, just talking about music and shit.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, next week that's going to be a very, very interesting topic. So yeah, we have to wait until Doc comes back to talk about the
Yeah,
scumbags of YouTube.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be an awesome episode.
Oh, I'm gonna send you. I don't know if you've heard of these people yet, but real quick, while we're doing all of this, I'm gonna send you some names to look into.
Okay. While you do
Um,
that, by the way, speaking of
okay.
Dumpkey, I'm waiting on doing a commission for Dumpkey. Basically, I do kind of like free commissions where like basically people just say, "Yo, can you draw me this?" and then ask if they need payment. I'm like, "Nah, I'll do it for free because I can't be bothered to handle economic payments, you know." And then Dumpkey requested a while ago that I do Dumpkey's drunk tank because of a meme that we kind of made in my community where Dumpkey was like the dumbest tavern owner in the Clutch Powers Bible. And basically, we're going to have everybody sitting there. So there's going to be like me, there's going to be you, there's going to be Doc, there's going to be Bonk's going to be there, Peanut's going to be there. And it's such a good idea, and I can't wait to draw it because it's gonna look so funny.
I am totally up for that. The only so if I'm gonna be there, um, you should put, and this is just a suggestion, like you should put like me and Doc in a corner, sitting in like straight back chairs, like playing chess or something, and like drinking, like sipping like sifters of like scotch or something, or like some really dark beer. Um, yeah, just sitting in the corner, playing chess or whatever, and you know you got to overemphasize Doc's cowboy hat, like hanging off the back of the chair and shit. So,
Yeah.
and his spoon is propped up in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, I made some epic additions to Doc's avatar. Actually, I don't know if you've seen them, but I used them for the playground insult match we did a while ago.
Yeah,
Vacuum tube lever and shot.
playground insult match.
Yeah, it got a
That-
little heated at times, but
Um,
So
you
Vac
you
asks
still
in
need
chat,
to.
how do I join? I gotta say, I was thinking of maybe doing Vac as a feral ghoul in the corner, just licking a vacuum tube.
You could put Bonk like sitting on a bar stool, drinking drinking a beer through a straw.
The beer through a straw in like 1930s work attire, massive like thumbs up for a head.
Yeah, and like maybe put a fedora like on the tip of the thumb, just kind of hanging down just a little bit.
That sounds real.
We are literally formulating this picture as we go.
I can see this in my head. I can literally see this.
You still need to add yourself into the banner for the show so I can change the banner on the channel.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Basically, what's happened is obviously like college has been really busy, work's been really busy. Also I'm trying to work on a pretty hefty commission right now for a friend of mine called Kilroy. He's gave me a pretty damn in-depth, detailed piece to do. So I'm trying to knuckle down with that, whilst also designing some new stuff for like a stream setup that I'm going to be doing when I'm streaming myself drawing or playing Roblox or streaming Among Us or something. So I'm kind of doing all three at once, so it's kind of a bit hectic. But when I kind of do get those finished, I will get around to it, I promise.
Yeah, oh man, and it's such a good job as you did for me with the avatar and the banner and everything for the show. Once you can get around to it, I may actually, pitch you some ideas and have you come like draw me up something for, like a tattoo or something. Like draw up a tattoo for me.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like no, like seriously, like just pitch you some ideas, and like once you get it, like the kind of get it all together and everything, I will seriously, I will take it somewhere, and I'll get it tattooed on me when I can. So yeah, your
really?
artwork will have like a permanent place on not only YouTube but on someone's actual body somewhere. And don't worry, I'm not gonna, and don't worry, I'm not gonna get it put on like my ass cheek or something. I wouldn't do that to you. And plus I really wouldn't want a tattoo there. I've known people that have, I've known people that have actually done that, and
yeah, that would sting like a bitch. Ow.
Yeah, and then because it's all meat, it's all flesh. Like there's nothing there to like kind of cushion it. I mean, now if a girl wants to get a tattoo on her ass, which I mean, that's all fine and well, but then you can't really sit down. Like, think about that. Anybody that's going to get a tattoo in their ass, think about this. You can't sit down. It's going to hurt. You're going to have to sit on a donut, and you're going to have to put like antibacterial cream on your butt. Think about that for a minute.
You have to sit like lopsided. So you're gonna have to sit like on the on like your side. It's gonna be like really uncomfortable, man. Salty Peanut asks, when am I going to do the Among Us game night? I've been really busy the last week. I said at the start of the show, we've been having a lot of game development issues at college. And also I've been pretty damn busy with revision as well as doing commissions right now and stuff. So I'm thinking maybe next weekend, depending on my work schedule and also depending on times of the show, I'm thinking about doing one maybe Saturday or Sunday, and we can stream it.
Yeah, I've really got to start paying attention to when you start doing gaming streams and start coming in on those. It's just that I don't get really enough, like, I actually was telling somebody not too long ago about how we were doing the show not too a while back, or not too long ago, and everybody in the chat started picking on me because I had never played Borderlands, and oh god, what
Screw
was the other one?
Borderlands. Screw
No,
Borderlands.
no. It was Borderlands and something else.
Was it Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah, it was Fallout and Borderlands. I had never played those, and everybody was just giving me shit. And then I remember I remember you jumped in and you were like, "Hey, he's a veteran of the first Halo deathmatch." And then I chimed in and I'm like, "Yeah, and I'm a veteran of Nintendo 64 GoldenEye, so you can all get off my nuts." and and I swear I have never heard someone laugh so hard in a long time. But I don't really, because I can't. It's so hard for me to be able to, get a new system or anything like that. PS5 is about to come out or is out or whatever, and I was saying, okay, well, now that PS5 is about to come out, now I can go get a PS4 because I'll be able to buy one for practically next to nothing. And the games will get real cheap and everything like that. So, yeah, once PS5 drops, probably a couple of months after that, I'll go get a PS4.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with being a console or two behind. Like, honestly, I still go back and play my Xbox 360 sometimes. So
honestly, I still want a 360. Like the games, and I honestly, what I would love to come across, and I haven't seen one in God knows how long, and that's one of the original Xboxes. I would love to come across one of those big motherfuckers. But the games
the OG Xbox?
Yeah, the original, the first one.
There's like 4 of them in a second-hand gaming store in a town near me, and I was tempted to get one and a Nintendo Wii, but my mum said no because I had literally no space to put it anywhere. So they're probably all gone. But they had a limited edition one as well. They had the light, like the all clear one. So the white one.
I vaguely remember there. I don't know if I ever actually saw the white one. I know the only one I ever saw was the original one, was just black and green, which was the one that I wanted because, I mean, black and green are, like two of my favorite colors to actually see together.
They had multiple different versions. So they had the black and green one. Obviously, that was like the standard issue OG Xbox, if you will, the original Xbox console. And they came out with a special edition, which was the green one. And I believe the green one was meant to be a Halo exclusive, or like a special edition.
That's right. Because the green one was kind of like a slime green, almost. Like it was like a medium greenish color. Kind of looked like a cross. Kind of looked like a cross between slime and the vomit from The Exorcist. Your mother's here, Danny. Would you like to speak to her? God, now
Whoa,
I want
there was a blue one.
Now
I didn't know there was
a
blue one.
Huh?
There was a blue one. Apparently, there was a Dead or Alive blue one. Holy shit! I didn't know that existed. Oh,
and Dumpkey is right. It could actually be like the black and green or the green the green Xbox could totally be a typo negative reference. Absolutely. Because that was like their, if you, I mean, honestly, and I know that, that Wanderer can, contest to this, um, that every album cover, like, and I've got to send you another typo record because I know you loved October Rust, and it just, it blows my mind that,
Oh yes,
Wanderer
please,
at
dude.
didn't, it blows my mind that she did not like that record. Just like, man, really? Oh man. I have excellent memories of that record. I have wonderful memories of that record, as a matter of fact. But once again, I digress.
Yeah.
So yeah, but if you go and if you like here, well, no, we can't do that because they're copyrighted and all of that. So we still have I think we still have to get like another. Let's see, we're currently at 81 subs, so I think we still have. I think we have to break 100 before we can properly like start using disclaimers and all of that, so we can actually show copyright content. I think, but
Yeah.
we'll fight that fire when it catches once again. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you look at any of the typo negative album covers, they're all green and black, every single one of them.
I
Like,
know it's
and
with
that,
October Rust. Yeah.
yeah, like that, like the October Rust album. I've got to send you the Bloody Kisses album. Like, do some Google foo real quick while we're talking, and just look at the album cover and tell me if that doesn't make you just want to listen to the album. And
Honestly, I
dump,
got that vibe from October Rust. The album cover was beautiful, and I don't know what it was, but it looked great.
oh the Bloody Kisses album is even better.
Yo, woman. Yeah, it's black and green, dude.
Yeah, but that wasn't really the point of me showing it to you.
Woman.
Yeah, there you go.
Pod.
There you go. Doesn't that make you want to just listen to the record right away?
Yup. It
uh,
fuels my veins.
it fuels your vein. But not yet. Not yet. That I'm gonna make that record part of one of your homework assignments. I've already got this week's picked out, but
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait to listen to that. Not because of the album cover before you say anything, because of the music. I like the music.
yeah, you like them both.
Yeah, welcome Zabrak. Welcome. Zabrak's actually helping me develop a second channel video right now, so welcome, man.
Oh,
It's nice to see you.
yeah, man, definitely welcome. Definitely welcome. Now you've been featured on the show. So being new here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a get the push stuff out of the way. Hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on. Come join us every time we're live. We always have a great time here. And as you know, nothing but cool people here, and everyone is welcome. So, but yeah, I know you love. I know you love Typo's music, but I think you just fell in love with that album cover, is what I think. So, yeah, that's something you may not want to let Wanderer see you listening to, just to be on the safe side.
Dude, I have no comment on that, but one time some guy
Is that good? Wait a minute. Is that good? Is that good? Wait, the fact that you have no comment, is that good or bad?
But yeah, on another topic,
Oh
someone
no.
compared me to Leon
Okay.
S. Kennedy from Resident Evil.
Wow, I love your avoidance of my question. Speaks volume.
Well, I can't say anything, dude. I'm in a happy relationship.
Well, I know that. I'm not telling you to like jeopardize anything. I was just asking you a simple question, my man. But hey, all right.
I'll answer your question, Widows. I see you're pressuring me. I'll answer your question.
I'm not pressuring you to do shit, man.
They look like women. with a lot of lipstick on. There we go. I've answered your question.
Oh, Wanderer, brother, I love you, man. I do. You're I'm serious, man. That's this is one of the this is another reason why I'm glad Doc and I picked you is because we all well, even when it's just me and you, or if it's me, you, and Doc, we always have a good time. Oh, hang on. Let's see. I think I have an idea for whenever I go on the show, an old school metal dude versus a new school metal dude.
And
Oh,
then the guy in the middle with the pink armor.
yeah, the guy in the middle with the pink armor, just
And then
like
some dude with a large cowboy hat. Why is he here again?
just like it's like these two dudes are just talking about metal, and there's this weird guy over here wearing pink, and this other weird guy with a fucking huge cowboy hat on his head. What the
Yes,
fuck?
and over to the left of the stadium in the crowd, we have a bizarre gentleman wearing what appears to be a set of power armor painted pink. And next to him appears...
don't search for the original origin of the Feces album cover. Worst mistake of my life.
Let's go! Poop review! Poop review, let's go.
All right. Well, now that we're good and musiced up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into the review for the week. Now, before we get started, to just kind of get anyone who's new to the show or listens later on that's new, Wanderer is new to all of the records that I've been sending him. Now, bands or certain songs, maybe not, but actual like certain bands and albums and stuff like that, he is new to all of this. And that's one point that I was making to my brother when I was talking to him about this is that, and he actually made a good point too, is that it's a joy to be able to turn someone on to music that they've never listened to before, and they actually enjoy it and like really continue, wanting to know more about it. So yeah, I really enjoy sending Wanderer these records every week. This one, I have a feeling that this is probably going to be like a rerun of the Primus review. No, I just saw your comment. The black and green skeleton is actually the cover they actually went with. And what I think the one I think and Dumpky, I think the actual album that you're referring to is called Slow, Deep, and Hard. And yes, that is the actual album title. But I think it's Slow, Deep, and Hard that you're talking about. But I think this is going to be a rerun of the Primus review. I'm not going to say for which record, but I've been kind of bracing myself for this week's review. So, Wanderer, without further ado, let's have Wanderer's music review for the week.
Okay, so first off, let me just say that this will definitely not be a rerun of Pork Soda. I gotta say, the album, although I disliked the one I'm going to talk about last, it wasn't
thank you.
as much.
All right, hang on, just real quick. Zabrak, thank you for the subscription, my man. You are more than welcome to join us every week. We always have a really, really good time here. So thank you so much for the support. Okay, and I just got those pictures of the Xboxes. I don't remember seeing these two, but I do believe that there was they had the actual solid hard black plastic that you couldn't see through. I want to say that they actually did a green version of that. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, that sounds pretty nice, actually.
All right, so continue with what you were saying, and I'm going to go ahead and send you your homework for next week.
Okay, so TLDR is this won't be as bad as I thought Pork Soda was. You'll be pleasantly surprised on what I have to say. But let's start off with the Deadlights. Now, the Deadlights only ever came out with one album. However, for some reason, there's two albums under the same artist on Spotify. Now, what my theory is there is that somebody actually bought the account and basically just posted an album there to gain views, to gain like listens and streams. This is kind of like a common practice. So it's definitely not like a new Deadlights album per se, because it sounds completely different. It's definitely not the type of style the Deadlights used in their one and only album. However, let's begin, I guess. So I like this album. I really, really do. This album is absolutely brilliant. And whether it's from like, tracks like Bitter, Amplifier, Sweet Oblivion, Foolish Pride, just to name a few, like every single song has something that's absolutely just amazing to experience, to listen to enjoy, really. I got to say, Bitter was a kick-ass opening for the album. An Amplifier sort of amplifies, no pun intended, the feeling that Bitter gave. And Nothing as well was another really awesome way to start it off. And Sweet Oblivion, I feel like at this point I was like, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the vocals yet, but I'll get used to them, and I feel like I did. Then we go to Junk. I've placed a heart on Junk. I quite like that track. Seto, I can't really remember too well. It's been a couple days since I last listened to the album all the way through. But I do remember. I think I liked Seto, but then here's where shit gets good for me. Foolish Pride. Now you guessed this bang on, Widows. You said you are gonna like this track, and I did. I love this track.
Well, now, no. What I said was, because when you told me that you actually did like the album, I was like, well, let me guess, your two favorites are Sweet Oblivion and Foolish Pride.
Yeah, you were close. I gotta say that my two favorites out of the album were Foolish Pride and Poxoclips. I think Poxoclips is a great song.
Oh no, Poxoclips. Poxoclips is, that's like, I love the whole record, and there's not a bad song on that whole album, but that one really hit me on a very, very deep level. How do you guys find the albums you review? Basically what it is I go back through records that I listened to when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, into my 20s, records that my one of my lodge brothers introduced me to, or stuff he and I listened to together. So basically I'm introducing Wanderer to music that I've been listening to for, God, 20 plus years now. And I mean, Jesus Christ, I just turned 39, for fuck's sake. But no, Poxoclips, that hit me on a very, very deep level, because that chorus, the first time I heard those words, and now I can see what was so unclear to me when that hit me on a level that I'd never expected. So yeah, like I said, I love the whole record. It's very near and dear to me, but that song is just something that every time I listen to it, it hits me the same way, because that one line, as a matter of fact, I'm planning on at some point I want to get a tattoo done of the all-seeing eye and the actual like triangle or the pyramid that the eye is in is
Yeah,
those lyrics, and now I can see what was so unclear to me.
yeah.
But yeah, man, oh god, Pox Eclipse is one of the greatest fucking songs I've ever heard in my life. And no, I have not heard Crack the Sky yet, but is that's going to be well, I'm a cassette dork, so fight me.
That's actually true. Zab does listen to cassettes, and he listens to like the Beatles and shit. It's really
that's
cool.
fucking that's fucking awesome, dude. That is
Yeah, because
fucking
Zab's like around
awesome.
my age. I think Zab's even younger than me, so that's awesome.
Fuck yeah, it is, man. But anyway, go ahead, go ahead. Um,
But yeah, Parks Eclipse, absolutely amazing song. Like you said, absolutely fantastic. Foolish Pride, I feel like is probably my favorite out of the two, however, but mainly because of its like kind of stylistic sounds and stuff like that. It really stood out to me among the rest of the album because not only did it sound good, but it's different, unique, fit well with like the kind of flow of the album, and it was just fantastic, really.
now the lyrics, like there was um there's the lyrics in um two. I mean, all the lyrics are amazing in every song, but the lyrics in Foolish Pride are really are really deep, actually. And one of them that always stands out to me anytime I ever listen to it is the love you left behind won't come back to you this time, but you could never
Yeah,
see. And I'm like, oh my god. um because I mean, I can't really put into words like how true that is for me on a personal level.
yeah,
um so yeah. But foolish pride, I think. If I could definitely, I mean, everyone in the chat, especially who loves heavy music or just music in general, you know, I would seriously, if you wonder if you can post a Spotify link to that album for everybody, and let them check that out. I think a lot of people would actually really enjoy that. So if you wanna share a link in the chat for that particular record, that'd be cool.
yeah. I'll do that right now.
But anyway, continue while you're doing that.
Okay, so basically, some of the songs afterwards, apart from maybe Pox Eclipse, I wasn't too much of a fan of compared to the rest of the album. However, I thought it kind of lined up with some of the other songs, in my opinion, stylistically, and it kind of sounded similar to something you'd expect to hear earlier in the album. So, Distant Sun, Time, Falling Down. I especially liked Falling Down. I thought it was a great way to end things. You know me, I'm always a nut about the outro to albums, but
Yeah.
I thought Falling Down was what shone really bright about those last three songs. So, with that all said and done, the Deadlights self-titled record is a 9 out of 10. But the reason it's a 9 out of 10 is because I would have really liked if they did more songs similar to Foolish Pride. And if they made more records as well. It's a damn shame they broke up because this record was absolutely fantastic. And honestly, it's going to be just kind of a gem gathering dust for the foreseeable future, which is a shame, really. It's such a wonderful album from a bunch of talented people that we'll probably never hear the likes of again. So it's a special album in that aspect. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I hope you all enjoyed that review.
Um. Well, I really, when you told me that you really liked that record, I was just like, wow, we're gonna get our, because we've only gotten 110 out of every review that you've been doing since you started doing these, and that was for Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well maybe this will be one that we'll get another 10 out of, but a 9, I can definitely see that from someone who's getting into it. Um, and dude, I'm so jazzed that you really like that you enjoyed that record.
Yeah. I'd say I enjoyed it on the same level, if not as more as I did Dirt by Alice in Chains. I'd say I enjoyed them quite similarly, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But either way, moving on. Now, the next one is by I Hate God, and it is called Take As Needed for Pain. Uh, I'm afraid I don't really have much good to say about it from a personal level. However, I can see where you might like it, Widows, or where somebody else might like it. But this album just really isn't for me per se. I liked the way that the guitar sounds, the production. So the drums, the guitar, the bass, even was pretty damn good. However, where it comes kind of falling down for me is the lyricism and the vocals. The vocals were, I don't know how to describe them, but I really didn't like them. It kind of sounded like the insane ramblings of some dude who may be drunk. But that's how they sounded to
Actually,
me.
well, before you start getting into like songs and everything on the record, um, now their lead singer, now okay, their one of their guitar players is Jimmy Bower, who is the drummer for Down,
Yeah,
and I've seen these guys live twice. Amazing fucking shows, amazing. Their lead singer is a guy named Mike Williams. He goes by the name of Mike Nine.
mm,
And Mike Nine used to be really, 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 really bad on heroin. Like, I mean, he was like super bad on heroin.
yeah,
And this record, like the early records, like In the Name of Suffering, Take Is Needed for Pain, Dope Stick, stuff like that, like that's when like he's pretty bad on the junk when he was doing these records. So but now when I saw them live, I saw them the first time I saw them live was pre Katrina, back, and this was back when I was in college, and he was still really really bad on he was still bad on heroin at that point. And actually I got there's a picture of me with him. It's somewhere at my mom's house, and if you look at him, like you can like he's got like the purple bags under his eyes and everything like that, and like this, so I mean you can tell that he was really strung out. And then the next time I saw them was post Katrina. And actually, while Katrina was going on, he actually got thrown in jail and was basically having to detox in the hole, like in solitary confinement. Like they had to
yeah.
separate him from everybody, and he basically detoxed while Katrina was going on. And he's been clean from heroin ever since. So I got to see I Hate God when Mike was on heroin and after he got off heroin, and it was the exact same show, and the shows were amazing.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, you're right. This is definitely my kind of record. The music is amazing, and Mike's screaming and everything fits it so well. But it's just that good old New Orleans sound that I love so much. But anyway, once again, I digress. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's no problem. So blank. Blank felt like it was kind of like an introduction to what I was, going to expect from the rest of the album. It kind of set the stage, obviously, for what everything else sounds like, as most intro songs do. Um, Sister Fucker Part 1. That's such a bad name. Another thing I don't like about this album is the names. Like, goddamn. You've got Sister Fucker. You've got something I can't even say on air unless I
Right.
want to get the channel taken down.
Right. I was gonna say one of the songs. If you want to give the abbreviation, like the letters, that would be fine.
I don't know. Let's just say white.
Just
That's
say
all I'm gonna say.
Just say WN.
All right, WN. Let's call it WN, okay? Yeah, I was like very very close to skipping the song mainly because of the title. However, I guess the song was kind of all right, but oh god, I saw the the song name, and I was like, oh no.
It's like what did Widow send me to listen to?
Yeah, like what is this? Is this going to be a Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills 2 Electric Boogaloo?
The way you're talking about it, it pretty much sounds that way.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
Don't sugarcoat it. Hurry, just go on.
Disturbance. Okay, so $dollar bag. That was kind of it was all right. It was kind of just the same as
$30 bag.
Yeah. What do you think of that song?
Oh, $30 bag is my jam, dude. That honestly, like I love all of their work. Now they did actually did a self-entitled album. They had never done a self-entitled album like their whole career. And then a few years back they finally released a self-entitled record. The music on it is absolutely amazing. The original drummer on Take Is Needed for Pain in the Name of Suffering, Dope Stick, all of their original records, even up to that point on their self-entitled record, was this cat named Joey. And if you go and look at their album, a lot of their album covers and their flyers and everything, you'll see like a lot of esoteric symbolism, a lot of Crowley, LaVey kind of stuff like that, because Joey was really, really into that stuff. Because I mean, this band is from New Orleans. I mean, they're from like the biggest voodoo city in the country, and they were on tour in Europe, and Joey passed away from complications due to asthma, and I actually got to meet Joey the first time I saw the band live, and super cool dude. I think I caught a drumstick or a broken drumstick from him that night, because I remember one of the shows he actually broke a drumstick.
Yo, Widows, your mic cut out for a sec there. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I was coughing. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem.
But but yeah, a $30 bag, like that song. I like how it starts. Like when that feedback, like that's one thing I love about EHG, man, is they use a lot of feedback. Like on $30 bag, when that feedback kicks in and it's just kind of humming there for a second, it's real low, and then that dirty fucking guitar riff comes in. It's awesome. And then like that midsection where they're doing the where it's kind of slowed down and you hear them doing like they're playing, and then that feedback kind of whine comes in out of nowhere in a couple of parts. $30 bag is my shit.
Yeah, I've got to say, it's one of the better songs that I liked on the record. I got to say that it's one of the more better sounding ones, although it really wasn't really my taste, and I hope I'm not like offending you or anybody else in chat that likes this album, but so then we got Disturbance. all I gotta say was, what was that? That was scary to listen to.
Disturbance, yeah, Disturbance is a great
Yeah,
one.
it
What was
was like
scary about it?
goddamn, the weird, I'm thinking of a different one where it's like just it's sort of like an ambient track, so it's like and it's got like a bunch of weird sounding somewhat tutorial like speaking in the background.
Yeah.
That is something about urinal tract infections. That's all I picked up about this song. but but yeah, that was a bit of a scary one for me. Then obviously you got the title track, "Take Is Needed for Pain." I quite like the song as well. It's a decent one. Um, Sister Fucker Part 2. It's just Sister Fucker Part 1, but Part 2. uh, Crimes Against
Woo!
Skin. I can't really remember this one too well. How
At
does
this
it go like
point,
again?
at this point, you make them sound like they're all just kind of running together for you. At this point,
Sometimes with albums, sometimes it feels like that for me because I usually like to listen to albums like that one massive kind of continuous song almost.
yeah.
But I do sometimes nitpick a couple songs that I like and stick them into playlists or something, which is something I like doing.
And
Um,
I have a feeling that none of the songs on this record made it into your playlist.
nah, not gonna lie, no,
Not
it
even
really wasn't
$30
for me.
bag, man. Not even
It was
$30
close.
bag.
It was close. I'm telling you. I might even add it into because I'm considering making a work playlist. I might even add it in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you gonna like spring that on the people you work with one day and just start playing $30 bag out of nowhere?
Yeah, yeah. Just stop playing. We should make that like some sort of meme on the channel. Just sudden and unsuspected. I hate God playing.
And suddenly they heard EHG and all was right with the world. No, wait a minute.
uh,
Wait. I've got it. Mr. Crinkle likes to buy a $30 bag for his good friends and a bottle of pills.
that just sums up pain for me. That's just like the iteration of pain. Sudden
Oh my
$30
god.
bag. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do now? Next time I'm out like shopping somewhere in like the city center or something, and I find a bag which is just above or around 30 pounds, I'm gonna take a photo of it and say "sudden 30-pound bag" and just post it in the general chat of the Sanctum Sanctorum. That's what I'm gonna do.
I
That is my
love
plan.
it. I love it. I love it.
Credit the Dumpkey for the idea.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But no, I thought the connection between like, the Pork Soda record, Take Is Needed for Pain, and Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. I thought that worked out pretty well, if I do say so myself, and I do. So,
But two of the friends were actually sister fuckers.
dude, the more of these reviews that we do every week, if we come across, like, if you find songs like, or albums like this that you don't like, or songs like this you don't like, we could almost take these album titles and write a really fucked up story.
Yeah.
And
then oh
it has to start with Mr. Crinkle.
yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Crinkle and his good friends with a bottle of pills were planning to kill your boss and then laugh it off.
Right? Let's see. Also, thanks for the sub, Widows. Enjoy the cringeworthy Lego animations. Cringe has become a big part of existence nowadays, so I'm looking forward into um I'm definitely looking into digging into it. And Bloody Kisses over the October Rust album. Uh
I love October Rust so much that I don't
there
even think if
well
after I listen to Bloody Kisses, I might not even
well,
top it in my opinion.
it's like I said before, October Rust is a sexy fucking record. It really is. And it's like, that's what, me and my brother like to call baby making music.
Yeah.
But that can also be said for bloody kisses. But you'll get bloody kisses. You'll get bloody kisses in time. Trust me. I've sent you your homework for next week, so after this review you can announce it. But the week after, don't worry, one of your records will be bloody kisses. So
Let's go.
anyway,
I'm excited. I'm really pumped to listen to it because I really liked October Rust. Like I'm very excited. You don't understand.
I think it's the album cover, to be honest with you.
No, you are lying. You are lying.
Hey,
Either
hey,
way,
hey,
so
hey, you know I love you, brother. You know I love you. If I didn't, I'll tell you like my old Taekwondo instructor used to tell us. If I pick at you, that means I like you. But if I ever stop picking on you, be afraid. And I'm like, okay, yes, sir. But
nah, bro.
all right, let's well, I mean the guy was like a third degree black belt. Of course I'm gonna be afraid of him.
Well, either way, I think honestly, I don't really have much else to say about Take As Needed for Pain, so I'm just gonna skip right to the review. So I'm gonna be generous here because some of the song names are so kind of atrocious and memeable that it genuinely makes me laugh. So I am going to give Take As Needed for Pain. To not disrespect anybody in the audience, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. So it's not
Okay,
a 6,
well now
not a 5.
let me ask you a question. Now, you don't want to offend anybody in the chat, and you're certainly not going to offend me. What do you really want to give it? Be honest.
I'd probably give it a 6, probably. If it didn't have the memeable, like, grasp of the epic and funny names, then I'd probably just give it a 6 instead of a 6.5. But I want to kind of be generous with this one because it definitely wasn't bad music. Just in my tastes, it's not really for me, if you know what I mean.
So you like the music? You're looking at this one kind of like you did with Sonic XS in his purest form, except you gave that one a higher rank. You like the music, you just didn't like the vocals.
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
Well, don't
And
worry.
I also feel like that they had better titles for their songs, but
don't worry. Oh, and the media archive is here. All right. Well, hey, don't be a stranger with the sub button on your secondary channel there, good sir. And I will definitely sub to your secondary channel also. I love to show support to everyone who likes to come and hang out with us on a week-to-week basis and hang out in the chat. We'd like to show support to everyone here because that's what we have to do. We're all content creators in our own way, and we have to help each other out and support each other's content and everything like that. So definitely hit the sub with the second channel, and I'll be sure to give you a sub on your media archive. Yeah, but it means a lot to have a new person in the chat and in the show with us today. All right, so while I am a little disappointed in the Take As Needed for Pain review, I can live with the 6.5. So I can live with that.
yeah.
All right.
Happy to hear you won't tear my head off.
All right, so now the next one, now the Deadlights I was really excited for. Now the next one I'm really excited for because this is a sick record. This is a great record. So go ahead.
Okay, so the next one is Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. Now, this one, when it opened up, I wasn't too sure if I liked it or not. However, as soon as the second and especially the third song came on, which, by the way, I'm a very big fan of The Threat. That's probably one of my favorite ones. And Quicksand Jesus that follows it. I gotta say, I wasn't too sure until those two songs. So obviously, like I've said,
Now,
the first one.
Now, Monkey Business is a great song because it starts out like you don't really know where it's gonna go because it's so mellow at the start, and then it just explodes.
Yeah, that's something I'm that's why I don't really know if I like that track or not, because mainly it's like I didn't know where it was going. I'm not sure where it could have went, but try not to think about the ifs and whats or whatever. Slave to the Grind's a solid song. Same with the Threat. I thought the Threat was just, like, a brilliant song, and just to have the Threat come off the back of Slave to the Grind, I think it flows pretty damn well. Uh, and I feel like from maybe Slave to the Grind to Get the Fuck Out, that's I feel like that's the peak of the album, in my opinion. That's where, like, I found most of the songs that I really enjoyed. Um, Quicksand Jesus, awesome song. Psycho Love, an even better song in my opinion. It's hard to choose between Quicksand Jesus and Psycho Love. And then obviously Get the Fuck Out, which is a brilliant tune as well. I really enjoyed them. Now getting on to some other ones. Living on a Chain Gang. I thought the song was okay. I didn't like it as much as I did the previous tracks I've just mentioned.
That was,
However, it was.
Yeah, quick note here, because you remember I told you that that buddy of mine gave me the tape of this album.
Yeah.
I actually thought, because like on the tape, on the cassette tape, "Living on a Chain Gang" was the first song on the second side, and hang on just a second, Dumpkey's saying something to us here. And sleep. I have an exam tomorrow and school starts super early. All right, Dumpkey. Well, man, good to see you here. Thank you for dropping by. Good luck on your test tomorrow. And we will be here if you need us. So just take it easy, and good luck tomorrow.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Metal. Just metal.
Yeah,
Nothing else.
Just metal. Hell yeah. Let's see. I can't get a hang of what music genre you guys are talking about. Could you remind me with the Titles and Widows age? I can only imagine his teen years music as punk and similar stuff. You're actually right. I was, the Deadlights is really going to be like more. It's going to be definitely a metal band. I Hate God is going to be, a lot of that doom stoner, groove oriented stuff. And Slave to the Grind, like Skid Row, that's an album like straight out of the late 80s, early 90s. Kind of like that, the last remnants of, like, I not really want to say the glam era or hair era. But it's definitely a record that'll kick you in the balls.
Yeah.
But no, the number, like, because a lot of cassette tapes would have, marked as side 1, side 2. Those numbers were actually worn off on the tape, and I couldn't tell which side was which. So I always thought that Living on a Chain Gang was like the first song on the record. And so yeah, that was like that particular song was my first introduction to Skid Row.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, I wasn't too much of like a fan of that one compared to the other ones, in my opinion, but it was still a solid song nonetheless. I'll agree with that. Creep Show, I remember thoroughly enjoying that track. Actually, I felt a bit shit at the time, because I literally I woke up and I was like, oh, I need to listen to this album again just so I can get the feel for it. And I stuck it on, but I had a really bad headache, so it was kind of like I was listening to the music, but I was like also trying to treat my headache at the same time. So Creepshow, I remember like quite enjoying it, but also being drowned out by the thumping loud sounds of my head just pulsating. So, but In a Darkened Room, I basically paused at Creepshow because I had a lesson. I got back to it and I started off on In a Darkened Room. Wonderful track. Absolutely adored In a Darkened Room.
Oh yeah, that honestly has got one of the greatest guitar riffs that I've heard.
Yeah, I
Um,
absolutely love the guitar on that track.
very, very, very melodic, very haunting. And like the atmosphere of that song literally makes you feel like you're in the room that he's talking about.
Yeah. Um, and then moving on from In a Darkened Room, which I honestly have got to say that and Quicksand Jesus has probably got to be my two favorite tracks. Um, Riot Act, Mudkicker, and Wasted Time. I liked Wasted Time. However, I wasn't really too sure. I couldn't really make my mind up on Riot Act and Mudkicker. I don't know why, but something just kind of fell off within me, and I don't know what it was. But Wasted Time, it was a fantastic way to end the album, in my opinion. So, with all that said and done, that's my individual opinions. What is the album as a whole for me? Gotta say an 8 out of 10. So it's
Nice,
a pretty damn solid record for me.
nice. So what songs from this record made it to your playlist?
I think Quicksand Jesus. I think Psycho Love, In a Darkened Room, and I'm pretty sure I was gonna add Creep Show, but like I said, I had a headache at the time, so I think I forgot to. But
I
I'll
I
definitely
think
add.
I think you should go back and listen to Monkey Business one more time.
As soon as I get offshore, just listen to Monkey Business. Random chimp
Well,
event.
wow. Uh, well, there you have it, members of the Sanctum. Our weekly music review from the man in the pink armor himself, Wanderer. Gotta say, like I said, I should have known as soon as I sent you. Um, as soon as I sent you Take Is Needed for Pain, I'm just like, he's probably not going to dig this one, but it'll still be interesting to see what he has to say. So I've gone ahead and sent you. I've gone ahead and sent you your assignment for next week. If you want to go ahead and announce that.
Okay, so the first one I've been sent is Sailing the Seas of Cheese by Primus. Now, obviously, if you know
Now
me, I wasn't a
remember,
big fan.
now
Sorry, go on.
remember, this is the one that you picked. Now I let you choose between Frizzle Fry and Sailing the Seas of Cheese, and you chose Sailing the Seas of Cheese because you like the name of the album. So,
Yeah,
so this is
I
the
like
one that this is the one you picked.
I like the name of the album. It makes me giggle a little bit inside. But obviously, I wasn't too great of a fan of Pork Soda, so I'm hoping that I'll like this one a little bit more, and not let Pork Soda leave such a bad taste in my mouth compared to this album. So the next one that I've been given is CKY, Infiltrate, Destroy, Rebuild. Now I've never heard of this band. I've never heard of this album before. Could you
Okay,
possibly fill me in?
Okay, real quick, I've been requested to read this. He says, well, my dad, this 45-year-old Homer Simpson, used to be a huge punk fan when he was my age. In fact, next time I visit his side of the family, I need to ask for any of his photos with his yellow mohawk. That is badass. That is
He had a yellow mohawk.
badass. Hell
That is
yeah,
pog.
dude. Um, I had a good friend of mine in high school who played in a punk rock band, and he had a fucking massive blonde mohawk, and he used to keep it standing up straight with glue, I believe, like some kind of hair glue
Glue?
or something. Yeah, so some kind of hair glue or something like that. But
Jesus.
now to answer your question, um, CKY is CKY actually stands for Camp Kill Yourself, and this is not a death metal record. Before you start thinking that, CKY is a band. Um, their drummer is Bam Margera's brother, Jess Margera, and I'm sure you know who Bam Margera is, right? Skateboarder.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Well, this is his brother's band, and there are videos of under the same name called CKY, and this was skateboard videos and skits and pranks and, all kinds of stuff. But this record, this particular record is, like, when you're listening to this record, it like really makes you want to be on a skateboard, on a vert ramp or in a skate park or something.
Yeah.
But this is it's a record from the early to mid 90s. Excellent record. So this, considering like you've never actually heard of this band at all, like a lot of the other ones that I've sent to you,
Yeah.
I think you'll really get some enjoyment out of the CKY record.
Yeah, I can't wait to listen to that one.
And
Let me
the
see.
album title is great.
Yeah, it is actually. It's infiltrate, destroy, rebuild. I imagine this is kind of like a. It reminds me of that meme where it's like, oh shoot, so it's like somebody's graffitied on the wall saying, "Oh, something's getting built. I hope it's a. Oh, I can't remember if it was Taco Bell or a KFC, but I think if it's not Taco Bell, expect arson, and it's not Taco Bell, and there was arson, and next thing you know, they listen to the guy's request, and they build a Taco Bell."
Right. Now here's something interesting. Now that album is called Infiltrate, Destroy, Rebuild. There is a band called Meshuggah, which I'll send you some Meshuggah later on. They have an album actually called Destroy, Erase, Improve.
Yeah.
So
so
I
is
always,
it meant to be kind of like riding off the back of that then, or something like that?
no. I mean, they're two complete. I always thought that the similarity, the small similarity between those two albums, or those two album titles, was always very interesting, because you had the CKY record Infiltrate, Destroy, Rebuild, and then you have the Meshuggah record Destroy, Erase, Improve. And I'm just like, all right, I can get behind that. So,
Yeah. And the final one is by Tool. Now, I've heard you praise Tool quite a lot. And it is Anima, if I'm saying that right.
It's called Anima.
Anima, okay. Right, that makes sense. I've never been able to pronounce the kind of AE symbol, really. But
So
yeah, I'm excited to listen to this one because you praised the Tool quite a lot.
Now there are some tracks on there that are very, very interesting. Now there is a and now there is a track on there. I'm not gonna tell you the name of it, but there is a track on the album where you're gonna hear someone speaking in German, and it sounds like what?
It's I'm gonna have to get a salty peanut to track this for me.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm just not gonna tell you which track it is. When you hear it, you'll know it. But the actual what they're talking about in German is they're giving you a recipe for Mexican wedding cookies.
That's so random.
But because it's in German, and how they actually did the track, because it sounds like they're like at like a rally or something like that, because you'll hear a crowd. It's like they're making a speech in German. And when you actually go and look it up, it's a recipe for Mexican wedding cookies.
Well, maybe they're just teaching everybody in the audience how to make Mexican wedding cookies. Like, you don't know. There might be like some sort of flamboyant, like epic wedding going on, and they need to know how to make Mexican cookies.
Und keine Eier.
But yeah, I'm excited to hear this. You've told me a lot about Tool.
Well, yeah. I mean, now this is one of their albums from the early '90s. I wanted to kind of let you cut your teeth on Anima before I sent you the one that is really, really near and dear to me. I wanted you to kind of cut your teeth on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to the review next week. But guys, we are out of time for the week. But once again, remember, due to my work schedule, we will be going back. We will be doing another show a week from today, same time, normal time, unless something changes. Of course, I will post it in the Discord so everyone can see. Um, if like I said, if there are any changes or if there's any scheduling conflicts or anything like that, we will definitely make sure that we let everyone know so you can tune in the appropriate times. I do want to thank everyone for being here. Bonk, Sterno, Zabrek, thank you for joining us today. Vacuum, Dumbkey, all of you guys, it's always a joy to see one of each and every one of you every week, and see you guys interacting in the chat, laughing along with us, and everything like that. And we love each and every single one of you. You mean the world to us, and your support means a great deal to us. Certainly. Wanderer, you have anything you want to add before we close the Sanctum for the week?
Well, I just want to first off thank everybody for coming along today. It's been a really fun episode. It really takes me back to the old days where, I was sitting in chat and kind of interacting with you and the doc back before I became the third co-host. And honestly, it's a great feeling, man. And I'm really glad that everybody was able to come along, and we all had some really good interactions, whether it was about music or something else, in the chat. And just between me and you as well, Widows, like it's been a really fun stream and I've really enjoyed it. And it's a shame that Doc didn't come along because I feel like Doc could have had some really influential things to say in this as well. So thank you so much. But by the way, Scud has asked you a question in chat. I don't know if you've seen it.
Have you heard of Heart Attack Man? No, I can't say that I have, but now that I have, I will certainly add that to my list of stuff I need to check out. So with the recommendation you made for Remo Drive, I definitely trust your judgment. So I'll definitely check that out here within the next day. Actually, what I'll probably do, since I know I'll be at home. I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday next week, and I know I'll be at home probably at least one of those days. Probably sleeping mostly. So I will definitely take the opportunity to check out Heart Attack Man and all of that. But yeah, we will definitely make that happen. And real quick here, I'd kind of like to hear you check out the Polish punk rock band. Wanderer, if you can send me a DM real quick with the names Heart Attack Man and Sinkara, if I'm saying that correctly.
I think it's Sikira.
Sikira.
I think so.
Well, send those to me in a DM so I don't forget. But you had something else you wanted to add before we close the Sanctum this week.
Everybody go check out Townsend as well, because Townsend are absolutely fantastic. So be sure to check them out.
Right on.
And that's all I have to say, really. Thank you everybody for coming along, man. I greatly appreciate it. It's been a great show.
Oh, always. And once again, it's always a joy to see everyone every week. And guys, we will reconvene and reopen the Sanctum 1 week from today. But for the time being, we are going to shut the doors and lock them for the week. But remember, you can always we'll always interact in the Discord server. And if you once again, we always have a good time in there. But everyone, have a great week. And be sure to, if you have any, once again, I'll go ahead and say it. If you have any suggestions for anything, just put them in the comments section below. We really, really appreciate that. Or, send me a DM from the Discord, or send Wanderer one. He can get it to me or post it in the general chat or anything like that. There's actually a Sanctum Sanctorum section in the Discord server where you can post things like that. So if you have any suggestions, please feel free to make us aware of that. So guys, once again, we go ahead.
If you want me to, like obviously I've got an administrative role, so if you want me to set up like a recommendations page in the Discord server, I can make one if you would like.
That's actually something like you, I, and Doc need to talk about, because I've been thinking about us trying to get a little bit of a social media setup going.
Yeah.
But we all need to have a production powwow, ASAP. So we'll definitely get that taken care of as soon as we can. But guys, in the meantime, everyone have a great week, and until next week, peace be with you.
See ya.